Hey guys, welcome back. Today is an update for Out the Door in 24. If you saw yesterday's update for Deck of Panning, yes, I am wearing the same clothes. Yes, I am wearing the same makeup. Batch recording is sometimes the way you survive. Okay, so today we have some products that I get to roll out that I'm going to tell you about. We have some products that I am heavily working on that I want to share with you. And then we're also going to do our 24 declutter items from my home. All of the nitty-gritty details of this project will be linked below, including my intro to this project. So if you want to go to the very beginning, that's all available for you, as well as a way for you to find the original creator and maybe some other creators who are doing this as well. So the point of this one is to get things out of our collections and out of our homes. We are doing 24 items, so 24 makeup items throughout the year that we are working through. And I went ahead and picked those all out in the very beginning. If you want to see that full list, go watch my intro video because it has all of that. And then in every single video, we also part with 25 items from my home. So you are welcome to do this along with me, whether you do just your makeup or just your home stuff, or a combination of both. You don't even have to make videos about it. You can just leave me a comment below with letting me know what stuff you parted with this month. So we're gonna first do the products that I have here that I have finished. First, we have from Pixi, the Makeup Fixing Spray. This one is their Rose Water and Green Tea. I do not like the scent of rose fragrance. Okay, I love fresh roses. I do not like rose as a fragrance. And so this one, I moved from it being a setting spray to it being something I used like to dampen my brush to help me put on makeup, or to use to dampen my beauty blender or my makeup sponges. I have finally used it up, and I do think that it works great. My only qualm is I didn't like the scent. So if I liked the scent, I would rebuy this, but I am glad to be done with this. The next thing I have was actually a sample size product. It was from Milk Makeup, and it's of the Hydro Grip Primer. This is just the little package it was in. I hated this. I don't say that very easily, but I hated this. Okay, so I am not a grippy primer girly. If you like grippy primer, you might like this. If you think that the e.l.f. grip primers are too grippy, don't try this. This is like so much more grippy than those, and I don't even like those. So this was absolute hell for me. But not only was it just too grippy, when I put it on with foundation, how you know you're supposed to use primers, I tried two different foundations. I tried my tinted moisturizer, and then I tried my water weight. For both of those, it broke it down, like destroyed it. The actual look of the makeup was so bad. It just completely broke it down to where I had to take it off. I couldn't handle it. It was so bad. So I would not buy that. If you like grippy primers, you know which of your foundations work great with grippy primers, check it out. I'm sure it's great. I personally hate them and can't recommend that. The next thing I have that I am rolling out is another primer and another sample size. This one is from Ofra Cosmetics. It is the Ray of Lights primer, and this is not what I expected it to be. Okay, I expected to open it and it be a clear primer because I just never looked. It wasn't. It was a colored primer, like a shimmery, tinty thing. So initially putting it on my skin was weird because it was very dark. It did blend out and go on smoothly to where it looked very nice on my skin. Felt okay at first, and it definitely gave a blurring effect. As it dried down, it felt tight. Like very tight. It still looked great and blurred and beautiful. And if I could get over the tight feeling of it, I could wear that on a no makeup day with just just to give my face a little bit more oomph. But when I tried it with my foundations, it wasn't good. Instead of a blurring effect, it made the foundations crease into every single line. It didn't break up the foundations at all, thankfully, but it just went from this beautiful blurring effect to a really wrinkly look. So if you are wanting something just to put on your face to like give it some oomph, to look good, you know, maybe in summer, sure, absolutely. But I just personally didn't find a foundation that worked with it well enough to make it look good. And the tightness of it just didn't go away when I put on foundation and everything. So it wasn't comfortable to wear either. So I personally will not rebuy that. So those are the only things we are rolling out, but that's 3 more things. That is awesome. So that puts us at 8 products of the 24 rolled out so far for this year. The products that I am really heavily focusing on right now that I am probably going to finish pretty soon, within the next month or 2. We have the Studio Makeup Tinted Moisturizer. I'm shocked that this thing isn't done. Then we have the NYX Matte Finish Setting Spray. I do enjoy this one. It's time to get it used. Then I've been cleaning my brushes with the Body Graphy Pro Makeup Brush Cleanser. I don't love it, but I'm still gonna use it. And we're about, we're more than halfway done. So hopefully it'll be done soon. I, this month, started really focusing on the Tarte Smooth Operator Amazonian Clay Finishing Powder, and I'm really enjoying it. But there's still quite a lot in this one, so this one's gonna be a while. Shockingly, this isn't done. This is the e.l.f. eyeshadow primer. There is just so much product in here. I thought that this was gonna be done with a long time ago. It's still going. It's clearly getting to the bottom. So probably next month is what I would assume. And final one that I'm gonna update you on today is another one that's just lasting forever, and it's the KAB Beauty Lip Oil. They do not make this particular lemon one anymore, to my knowledge. If they bring it back, I would be so happy. But this has just been going strong. Like, I've been using this so much, and there's still a decent amount in there. Like, it feels like it'll never get finished, which, I mean, I'm kind of happy about because I love it, but I'm also shocked. So we're still working our way through that. I would have said a couple months ago that I thought this was going to be finished, and now knowing how much I'm getting out of it, I'm going to say probably another couple months. Maybe not, maybe just a month. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, time to jump into the 24 items that I am decluttering from my home this month. So first we have a stack of 12 kids books. I'm not gonna go through and show all of them. I'll just show you a couple of them, but there are 12 children's books here. One of them being this really cool yo-yo book that teaches you all about how to do different yo-yo tricks. But this is stuff you can find online now, and it's easier to watch than to read it. So honestly, it was just stuff like that that's in here, and then like little kids books. Like, my kids are way past this, they're teenagers. So I have a bunch of this type of stuff, so don't be surprised if more kids books are in the future. But we have 12 children's books. Then we have 6 learning mats. Now, these things were awesome when my kids were younger, but we haven't used them in so long. We've got like multiplication stuff, we've got a map of the United States, that type of things. These are really cool, and I highly recommend them to anybody who would want something like this. And most of them are Melissa and Doug. In fact, they might all be. No, this one's not. But Melissa and Doug makes a whole bunch of them. Absolutely love them. But they are time to part because they're not needed in my home anymore. So I have some friends that'll probably enjoy these. Then I have from Ofra Cosmetics this body luminizer in the shade Charmer. I have never tried this. I've never used it. I've been putting it off. I'm kind of scared of it, to be honest. I don't know why. But I'm just at the point where I've not used it long enough to where I need to see if somebody else wants to use it before it goes bad. Then I have a book that I actually grew up on called Stepping Heavenward. I really enjoyed this book when I was a teenager, but I was in a different way of life, in a different viewpoint of stuff. And I also have another copy of this that's a very nice copy. So if I ever want to read it, I'll just read it from that one. But honestly, it's not something my kids are ever gonna read, and I probably honestly won't read it again myself. So I might get rid of that other copy eventually. But so another book. Have you ever held on to something for so long, like that was really cool and is still really cool, but like you've not used it in years and years and years and years and years? Not me, never. These aren't under that. So here we have some weird, cool binder things. I feel like they had names. I don't know. They're both called, this one is called K-Sit brand. Yeah, so had like straps. This one has like a detachable front pocket. These were so cool, and as I'm showing them off, I'm like, I should keep them, but I have no use. I haven't used them in so long. My kids don't have a use for them. In fact, this one I used when I was super into couponing. Remember back when that was a huge thing? I don't think you can really honestly do it well anywhere anymore. Maybe in small towns or something. But couponing, the last time I used this was at least 5 years ago when I was big into couponing. And yeah, I have no purpose for it now. And these are big and bulky, and it's just taking up space, so parting with both of these. If you're keeping track of numbers, that means I have 2 left to go. And for my last 2, they are actually from my kitchen. So first I have this ginormous platter from Blessings Unlimited. I used to love that company, but I have since stopped using Bible verses throughout my home. Just not a style I'm going for anymore. And this one has a Bible verse on it. It's cute, but that's not why I don't use it. I actually just forget about it. And I haven't used this in at least a few years. And I just, when I think about using it, I come up with other things to use. So it's time to let this one go. This one is in perfect condition, minus a little dusty. So I'm probably going to see if I can sell this one. And if I don't sell it within a dozen amount of time, I'll see if a friend wants it or something. Maybe I'll just see if a friend wants it to start with. You know, why not? And then the last thing is something that I have debated parting with for years. And it fell the other day. And that was when I was just like, you know, I'm constantly fighting with this thing. I'm constantly trying to find it at a good spot. I don't use it as its intended purpose. And it's really more of a hassle than anything else. And so it is time to leave my home. That is a glass cutting board that is really cute, really pretty. It would be great for like charcuterie board type things. It has a Bible verse on it. Like I said before, I don't really do that. But it was faint enough to where it didn't matter to me, and so it was really pretty, so I did use it kind of as decor in my kitchen. But anytime I use the thing in front of it, this would fall. And I don't use it as a cutting board. I don't know. I've struggled with this one for years. Like I've had this one for a very long time, and it's one of those things that was a gift that had some importance to me from somebody who has some importance to me, from that I felt guilty getting rid of it. But here's the thing. That person hasn't seen my house in $17 years. Has never asked about it. Probably doesn't even remember that they gave it to me, to be completely honest. And if they do, I can't hold on to things just out of guilt. That is something that I'm trying to teach myself. Because you know, when somebody gives you a gift, you want it. You want to keep it. But like, if it's only an annoyance and you're just lugging it around between all of your houses, and we're a military family, so we move, not as often as others, but we do move around. And in every single home, it has been more of a burden than a blessing. And I know that's a lot to say for a freaking glass cutting board, but it's the way I feel. And it's time to let go of that guilt, and it is time to part with it. So yeah, that is my 24 items that are leaving my home this month. Yeah, as you can tell by that last one, there's a little bit of emotion between it sometimes. It's easy when you first start these projects to part with the items that have just been sitting around that have been annoying you, that have no emotional connection. But then once you've gone for a few months and like you're starting to get into the things that have some emotional connection and the things that maybe you really aren't sure you want to part with, but no, you should part with, that's when it starts to get tough. So I am starting to reach that tough point in this journey, but I'm here for it. I think it's good for us, and I think that there's growth to be had here. So anyway, sorry that was a little bit of a ramble, a little bit of a TED Talk-ish. I don't normally do that here on this channel, but if you enjoy this content, if you enjoy this project, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of the coming updates, and I will see you in a video very, very soon. Bye-bye.